Hello, I'm Tay with Powerhouse TC, and we're just going to do a short version of adding clauses into transaction desk. So clauses are what you normally will use for wording in different situations in like the additional clause section in section 8 of the contract. And addenda, you might want to have some clauses saved to write addenda a lot of the times. So all these clauses that you might use in different situations, you can store them in transaction desk to just quickly pick it and use it without having to look up your words. So I wanted to show you how to store them in transaction desk. I do have a document here that I provide when you take the transaction desk class I teach at the brokerage. And this is called Common Contract Clauses. And these are just clauses that over time I've seen help a lot of buyers in different situations, protecting buyers, protecting sellers. There are all types of different clauses that our brokers have said are very useful ones. So I have this document, it's 4 pages long now, that I've just over time collected and seen used. A lot of them were added on the additional clause addendum afterwards, and then some for your ER for the seller. So I'm just going to go through and pick out some of these and show you how to add them in. We're going to add a couple in here, and then you can go and add in all your clauses on your own. So right here on the main screen, we're going to go to the left-hand side to the main left-hand menu and click on those gears that say Settings. And then about halfway down, you're going to click on Clauses. And then you're going to click on Personal Clauses. And here you will see a screen that shows nothing here for you if you haven't set any clauses up. So you're just going to go on to the top right and click that plus button that says Add. And then we're going to click Add New Clause. And this one is the most commonly used one, so I always start with this one for everyone. And I call this one On or Before. And the wording is going to be close of escrow to be on or before. And then I put a line to fill in whatever close of escrow date you're using for that contract. And then we would say with both parties in agreement. And that's it. So this is exactly how I'd want it written on the contract. And when we're in the contract and we apply this, all we have to do is click on the line and then change that to the date that you want it to read. I'm going to click Save. So that's our On or Before clause. So I'm going to pick another one. Let's see, HOA addendum not in MLS. So if you want to make this offer contingent, I would use that one. So I'm going to add a new clause. Offer contingent upon receiving an executed HOA addendum within 48 hours of contract acceptance. So if the HOA addendum was not put in MLS with all the fees, and you still want to write an offer on a property, but you don't want the buyer to be upset with the negotiation of HOA fees, then you can make this contract contingent. So that might be one that you use. So I'm going to put that in there. I name this one HOA addendum not in MLS, and there's our second clause. Now let's go and add another one. Let's say I want to add this one, seller to vacate the property prior to final walkthrough. I've seen that one in there, so I'm going to just click Add New Clause, and paste that one in there. Seller to vacate prior to final walk. Save that one. Okay, and this is where I'm going to show you where you can use these next, just so you can see how they're being added. But let's add one more in here. Let's just do an ER one. So if listing agent represents both sides, and a lot of times when they do that, they do change their commission. So here's some nice wording for it to make sure it's only for if they represent the buyer as well. then line 39 is changed. So this is the LA reps both sides commission. I'm going to save that. Okay, so this is what your clauses look like. The more you add them in, here I have 4 pages of clauses. There's lots of them, so you can add as many as you want in here. And then I'm just going to show you really quickly how we would use that. So if I go into one of my transactions, and I am going to do a residential purchase contract. And I'm not going to fill this thing out for the sake of this video, but I did want to show you. So let's say you're going through filling this all out, you get down to section 8, and you want to add some clauses in here. So all you have to do is, in any place that you were ready to type, you click in it. You can click add clause in that little box that shows up right here, or at the top, the third button over says clause. Click on that, click personal clauses, and then you can just select what you want to do. So this one, I want to do HOA addendum, not an MLS, and close of escrow on or before, and I'm going to add those 2 in there. So I'm click all the ones I want to add, I click OK, and it pops them in here. So now I'm going to just change this line to read, let's say 131, 2023. And now I have my 2 clauses in there that I want. And if you're like, oh, I wanted to add a third one, you can still go back and go about the same route. And now I'm going to have seller to vacate prior to final walkthrough. I'm going to add that one in there too. Okay, you can do that in any spot that there's typing in. So I use those on addenda as well, and on ERs, things like that. So I hope this helps you be able to work a little bit more efficiently. Thanks.